Thank you. Thank you. That's a tough act to follow. I'm never, ever having sex with you again. My husband continues stroking my hand and looking at me lovingly. No, really, I mean it. I'm red, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, my hair's stuck to my face. I'm bent double with the pain of another long contraction. It's 1994, I'm in England in hospital, and I'm in labour with my first child. Now, I always knew I wanted children, but it wasn't until I turned 29 that my body clock suddenly started up like an old, rusty, forgotten car. I'd arrived late to this really fancy wedding and was put at the back with all the kids. Now, instead of being annoyed, I was fascinated and fell in love with this gorgeous little toddler who stomped around in a posh frock and shiny red shoes. Now, I wasn't ready for having kids just then, but my engine was now ticking. A couple of years later, I went out for dinner with some friends, and the conversation turned to kids. I admitted that I was turning a little bit broody, and they said I should bloody well hurry up and get on with it, because they admitted they'd been trying for years to have kids, secretly attempting IVF like some sort of baby Russian roulette, to the point where they thought the odds of them getting pregnant were lower than a giant panda with erectile dysfunction. So I immediately rushed home, rashly threw away my contraceptives, grabbed my husband, who thankfully was not related to the giant panda family, and insisted he perform his marital duties immediately. And guess what? We scored a hole-in-one. Now, my husband, who was proud as a pufferfish about his manly, fertile sperm, didn't take much notice of me, as there I am in hospital, in agony, trying to squeeze a watermelon through the eye of a needle. It takes 36 agonizingly long hours before my daughter decides to honor us with her presence. During which time my husband finds a lovely, comfortable armchair nearby, snores through the rest of my contractions, and then when he wakes up, complains about an achy back. Poor love. As the night wears on, I rip up my neatly written birth plan that I'd made on the advice of the teachers from the Natural Childbirth Trust, which states that I wanted as natural a birth as possible with little or no pain relief. What was I thinking? Give me the bloody epidural now! I scream at the midwife. She scuttles off, comes back with an anaesthetist eventually, who then announces I'm too far along in labour for me to have that. My only option was the dreaded pethidine. Now, in my ridiculous birth plan, I'd written I specifically did not want this drug because it was supposed to make you throw up. I don't care if I projectile vomit into next week. Just give me some pain relief. But as the midwife hands me this tiny, wrinkled, red prune-like object, all that's forgotten as I fall hopelessly and completely in love with her. Even though I'm actually feeling a terrifying bit of vulnerability as well, because I know if anything happens to her, it's going to destroy me. I can already feel this bond between us that's going to be stronger and reach further than any umbilical cord. Now, in contrast to Emma's very difficult and long birth, she's an effortless baby. She sleeps well, she eats whatever I put in front of her, she laughs and giggles. All my other mum friends look at me with daggers as they chase after their really hard work, boisterous boys. I can take Emma anywhere. Waiters in restaurants are always complimenting me on how beautifully behaved she is as she sits there sweetly with their white tablecloths and silver cutlery and cut glass crystal. I must admit, I'm becoming rather smug as a mother. Now, as any of you who have given birth might know, all your memory cells get ejected with the afterbirth. So the horror and the pain fade away, and I let my husband within 6 feet of me again. When we discuss a baby brother or a baby sister for Emma, I think, really, how bad can it be? I'm obviously a natural at this parenting lark. Well, it's bad. It's really bad. I do not have an easier and quicker birth like everybody tells me I'm going to. Tom is noisy. He doesn't sleep as well. He's a really fussy eater, and he's so stubborn. He throws massive temper tantrums in public places, and we can never go to any restaurant that doesn't have a soft play area or a toy included. I come to the really, really sad realization that the reason that Emma is so effortless and easy is down to her personality, has nothing whatsoever to do with my fabulous skills as a mother. So this time, when I say never again, I mean it. Thank you.